The ultimate Aussie road trip, East Coast Australia, connects the Great Ocean Road with the Great Barrier Reef. With picture-perfect beaches, hip cities, charismatic wildlife, and rainforests all along the way. There are many reasons to come here and to linger, but none more impressive than the sheer natural drama of East Coast Australia. Stretching out for nearly 10,000 kilometers end-to-end, Australia's east coast is on land, a stirring succession of beaches, vast rainforests, and alluring wildlife. Offshore, the Great Barrier Reef is a 2,000 kilometers long, hyper-colored haven for astonishing tropical marine life. There's a lot to look at, but there's even more to do. It could take a lifetime, or with just 10 days and a handful of airline tickets, you could taste a few of the East Coast highlights from Melbourne to Cairns. The hardest part is deciding what to try first. To make it easier, here's 12 of the best places to see. 1. The Great Barrier Reef and the Daintree, Queensland. Best for ecotourism and astonishing marine life. The Great Barrier Reef and its 900 coral-fringed islands unfurl over 2,000 kilometers along the Queensland coastline. This vivid undersea kingdom is an unforgettable world waiting to be discovered. And in Queensland's far north, the Daintree rainforest, one of the Earth's oldest, reaches right down to the shores of the sea. 2. Sydney, New South Wales. Best for iconic sites. Sydney is all about big-ticket sites. The Sydney Opera House, the Rocks, and Sydney Harbour Bridge top most people's lists. But to really catch Sydney's vibe, spend a day at the beach. Stake out a patch of sand at Bondi Beach, slather yourself in sunscreen and plunge into the surf, or hop on a ferry from Circular Quay to Manly for a swim, surf, or walk along the sea-sprayed promenade to Shelley Beach. 3. Great Ocean Road, Victoria. Best for scenic coastal drives and quaint towns. The 12 Apostles along the Great Ocean Road rank among Victoria's defining sites, but it's the getting there road trip that doubles their impact. Take it slow along roads that curl beside Bass Strait beaches, then whip inland through wildlife-rich rainforest and quaint towns. Further west are pretty Port Fairy and hidden Cape Bridgewater. For the ultimate in slow travel, hike the Great Ocean Walk from Apollo Bay to the Apostles. 4. Byron Bay, New South Wales. Best for surfing, glamping, and celebrity spotting. Australia's most easterly point, Byron Bay, or Byron to its mates, is one of the enduring icons of Australian culture. Families on school holidays, surfers and sunseekers from around the globe, and those seeking to escape the rat race gather here, drawn by fabulous restaurants, a laid-back ethos, surf beaches, and an astonishing range of activities. It also inhabits one of the most beautiful stretches of coast in the country. 5. The Whitsundays, Queensland. Best for sailing and turquoise seas. You could spend a lifetime exploring tropical islands and never find anywhere with the sheer magnificence of the Whitsundays. Travelers of all monetary persuasions launch yachts from party town Airlie Beach and elsewhere to drift between these lush green isles in a slow search for paradise. You'll probably find it in more than one place. Sheltered palm-fringed coves, some of the world's most stunning beaches, turquoise seas. What more could you wish for? 6. Melbourne, Victoria. Best for music, art, cafe culture, and food. Whether it's the arts, cafe culture, the restaurant scene, or big international sports events, Melbourne is a happening place. The next best restaurant, chef, cafe, barista, or hidden bar may be the talk of the town. But some things endure: the gritty street art laneways, galleries, and dynamic cultural life, the leafy parks and gardens in the inner city, the trams to sea breezy beaches, and the passionate allegiances that living in such a sports-mad city brings. 7. The Sunshine Coast, Queensland. Best for pretty villages and glamorous resorts. They don't call it the Sunshine Coast for nothing. Sun-soaked beaches, the glamorous resort town of Noosa, Noosa National Park, Australia's zoo. Few regions pack so many attractions into such a small space. Surfers come here for the long, rolling waves, and in the national park, lovely hiking trails crisscross the park and take you within sight of sleepy koalas in the trees and dolphins swimming off rocky headlands. 8. Fraser Island, Queensland. Best place to see dingoes, sand dunes, and shipwrecks. Fraser Island is an ecological wonderland created by drifting sand, where wild dingoes roam free and lush rainforest grows on sand. It's a primal island utopia, home to a profusion of wildlife, including the purest strain of dingo in Australia. Explore in a 4WD, cruising along the seemingly endless 75-mile beach. Elsewhere, tropical rainforest, pristine freshwater pools, and beach camping under the stars will bring you back to nature. 9. South Coast, New South Wales. Best for families, white sand beaches, and whale spotting. If the glamour of Sydney is making you dizzy, or the road trip to Melbourne feels a little drab, then seek out the New South Wales South Coast, a gorgeous stretch of sandy coves, sea pools, and often empty national parks, oft overlooked in favor of the more direct Hume Highway route. From June to November, watch for whales from the coast at Eden and elsewhere, with other iconic wildlife never far away. 10. Brisbane, Queensland. Best for emerging cultural scenes and waterfront vistas. Once considered a provincial sidekick to Sydney and Melbourne, Brisbane has reinvented itself as one of Asia-Pacific's hippest hubs. No longer happy to settle for 261 days of sunshine a year, Queensland's capital is smashing it on the cultural front, with an ever-expanding collection of ambitious street art and galleries, boutique bookshops, secret cocktail bars, and award-winning microbreweries.